A man disguised as a lion and two technicians disguised as two agents. I think both would have had encounters, but then God stepped in. A man disguised as a lion and two technicians disguised as two agents. I think both would have had encounters, but then God stepped in. Today I want to share with you two powerful testimonies that show that God shall protect us today. Let's pause. Also. So when I was a teenager, I used to like to sit in church and listen to stories, people's testimonies. And there was a time in our youth leaders, there was two, and we went to visit them, and they shared this powerful testimony that never left me for years. And they were describing this day or someone else's testimony. And this guy, he was back in the day, he was, if I could remember correctly, I think he was walking from Colorado Park, and he was on his way. I think he was staying in Woodland side of Westridge. And this day he walked home, and when he walked home, he there was gang fights back in the day, and he was visiting his girlfriend and had to walk home at night. And this night he walked home, and on his way he was walking. So the these type of alleyways were between the houses where he was walking, and he heard this voice telling he should crawl. But he was confused because he was alone and he heard this voice tell him he should crawl through the alley. And he decided to obey what is hearing the voice. And he then got on his knees and he crawled into the passageway at night. And then as he was crawling, there was about 5 or 6 guys standing at the end of the alley. And when they turned around, they saw a lion and they shouted, "Liu, Liu!" And they ran away, and he was crawling, and he was amazed at what they saw, because it was only him crawling. But God changed what they saw. They saw a lion coming through in the heart of Woodlands or West Street, but it was just a man crawling. And for years I held on to this story until years later. I was a technician working on the roads out in Napaki, and then we approached Atlantis, and myself and my colleague, we were in the parking, we pulled over. So waiting for the rest of the teams, and they sent me a message. One colleague sent me a message and he told me, "Where are you? We are at the N7. We are waiting for you." So I messaged him back to saying, "No, we are here at the spot already." And he said, "We're waiting on security. You are brave to stand and wait for us alone." And I told my colleague, "Look, we are already here. Let's just continue with what we are doing. Start working. If they come here, they'll find us busy. Really busy." And when we got out, I decided to open up the manual. So I had like a clamp key. I had my reflector jacket on. I had my denim overall pants. I decided to open up this manual. But with this, I got this feeling to stop. And I looked behind me. And when I looked behind me, there was someone approaching with his hands behind his back. And I decided to turn myself too, so that to see him. And when I turned myself, he approached. Meanwhile, the parking is open, the door is open, and my colleague is sitting there. He has a jeans on, spade, blue and red if I'm correct, and there's holes in, and he was sitting. And this guy approaches, and he said, "Wat doen hier in Atlantis? Sulke agents met swart suits en sulke groot guns in Atlantis." And I was like, and he greeted, and he turned his back. Whatever he had behind his back, he turned so that I can't see. And he repeated, said again, said English must now, "What are these two guys
Doing in Atlantis.
doing in Atlantis? Agents." with such big guns. Meanwhile, I have a reflector jacket on, a jeans. My colleague have a jeans that's spray painted with holes in. And this guy is seeing us look as two agents with big guns and suits, black suits. And my colleague asked me, what? What's he saying? What's he saying? Don't worry. I pack up quick. I got in the parking. He said, hey, that guy's madman. And I remembered this. I thought of this lion story, testimony that I've been holding so long onto. Yeah, God has given me the exact same experience that guy had. Because for this guy, whatever intention he came with, he saw two agents with huge guns. This guy saw whatever he came to do, he didn't accomplish. And what this show me is that God isn't distant, he's alive, and he still protects his people in ways we can't even explain. So if you have also such testimonies, please comment. I invite you to subscribe, like, share for more testimonies. And if you're facing danger or fear or uncertainty, I want you to know that God is protector.